If a picture paints 1,000 words, what can you see in the eyes of the wildebeest in this week's slideshow? I've been asked many questions over the last few years since I came back from the Masai Mara, but the one that comes up more often than any other is what it felt like to witness the great wildebeest migration. Well, I can honestly say it was one of the most, if not the most memorable events I've ever witnessed. It was undoubtedly the most spectacular. The strange irony of the whole thing is that I shouldn't have been able to see it at all. Because, as I'd been told before travelling, by the time I'd arrived in the Mara, the last of the wildebeest would have been long gone. That's not quite the way things worked out though. I guess somebody must have forgotten to tell the wildebeest, because less than 24 hours after my arrival at Entrim Camp, a small herd of several hundred wildebeest had gathered by the bank of the river and braved the crossing. It may not have been the spectacular crossings I had seen on TV documentaries, but at least I did get to see a herd of wildebeest crossing the Mara River. Small it may have been, but a crossing nonetheless, and, in fact, just a short while later, an even smaller group braved those dangerous waters. So despite the fact that I had not expected to see any crossing, I could now claim to have seen two. But little did I know, in less than 24 hours, I would witness the most spectacular crossing I could have ever hoped for. Wildebeest had been gathering on the opposite side of the river from the camp since early morning, and by midday their numbers had swelled from hundreds to thousands. Till just before 2:30 in the afternoon, their numbers having swelled to tens of thousands, the first brave one took the plunge into the fast-flowing waters of the Mara, and a spectacular crossing had begun. It's incredible to see how one brave creature can inspire bravery in others, and then cause the most amazing chain reaction. Getting back to the original question of how did I feel as I witnessed this great event, I think the answer to that lies in a couple of sentences I spoke over the video. There are thousands of them, literally thousands. Who would have ever believed you could be so close to such an amazing phenomenon? I was totally in awe of what I was seeing, but there was something else that really struck me. More so as I photographed the animals as they made their desperate bid to cross to our side of the river, because now I was seeing them up close, sometimes isolating individual animals, and what I saw was fear. So this week's slideshow is made up of a selection of these photographs, many of them in black and white, which I think in certain instances conveys the mood even better than colour. But one way or the other, every time I look back at the eyes of the animals in these images, I still sense that fear, the fear that I saw back then. Just before I leave you to enjoy today's slideshow, a little note on the video I just quoted from. As this episode of Wildlife Wednesday airs on YouTube, it's November 25th, 2020, and this short little video of an amazing crossing has been viewed more than 6.3 million times. So for those of you who haven't seen it, I'll put a link below. For now, enjoy the slideshow. Well, thanks again for watching Wildlife Wednesday, folks. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode. And if you did, I'd be grateful if you'd give it a like and subscribe to my channel. When you do, don't forget to ring the bell so that you're notified every time I upload new content. Till next week, stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands and wear a mask where necessary while continuing to maintain social distancing. We're just not out of the woods yet. Take care, folks. Bye.